No puedes jugar boxeo es presentado por Sayer, la marca que desde 1930 viste los puños de los campeones. Por The Aquino Destinations, destinos de ensueño.
Hey, dear Marlen, it's always a pleasure to see you. How is everything?
Good. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, very good, and very happy to talk with you. You have in front of you one of the most difficult fights in your career.
Very fun and difficult fight, but as I've always said, I want to take on challenges, and I think it's something good that I need to do for not just me but for women's boxing.
Do you believe the fight against Eva Guzman is the most dangerous fight that you ever have? I mean, regarding that you're always trying to go further in challenge.
The fight that I have is the most difficult. So it really is that. They're all the most difficult, and she is a very difficult fighter, but something that I want to take on, but for my people who I represent, for my son, for my family, and yeah. I am who I say I am. So,
how's the feeling to fight against in Texas? I mean, you're home.
Fighting in Texas, I get a lot of support, and I know it's home when I'm in Texas. So it's going to be a good show, and it's going to be fun. Maybe the entire time, but it'll be fun.
Definitely. Do you consider yourself like you are growing and never stop in this matter? Because I truly believe that you always show, I mean, your smile, you're always ready to talk with press, but you grow as a mother, as a woman, and as a fighter as well.
I would definitely say I grew as a fighter. I had a bit of a standstill, but even going from Sue Lim, who people believed was going to be an extremely difficult fight that I couldn't win. You know, I showed class there, and then I had Zamora, and then I had and that was actually very difficult. And then, you know, I had Fujioka. So, and all those things I showed I can box, I can move, I can do a lot of things, and over time it just showed how I've evolved as a fighter, which is more important than anything else.
Definitely. How can you describe this historic moment in women's boxing? Because any single fight of women boxing is really exciting. I mean, you put like every single fighter, the soul in the ring, you put everything. I mean, all the women in the ring, they put everything. And I truly believe that now, I mean, you deserve it since forever, but now you have the respect of the world of boxing. All the women, they have the respect now.
Holding their ground with how they're performing, we're doing really well because we are really good fighters. It just took the platform. But now that we have the attention of people, not only in America, but worldwide, and I'm part of that, I really honestly just know that everybody's going to see who I am and what I can do. And yeah, I quote unquote finally have respect, but that's not taken lightly. Never has it been. It's took me a long time to really show people who I am, and I'm ready to take it all the way.
Yeah, definitely. Because I truly believe that when you watch a woman's fight, you need to, you need to stay like this always. No quieres parpadear. You need to be like this, because in every single second is a pact of action, and action.
Exciting fighters, you know. A lot of people say that about my fights, or that, you know, it's not boring. There's nothing boring about the way you fight. There's always something happens, whether it's drama outside of the ring or inside of the ring. There's also something also going. You're also changing, and I think women in general fight that way. They fight a lot with their heart, with their blood, with where they come from. With they have a lot of passion in everything they do, and that's that's always going to be an entertaining fight.
Yeah, definitely. And besides, in your fight, 2 belts in the table.
The ringside, you can't forget the ringside magazine because it solidifies all things. Yeah, and if I were to lose those 2 belts, well, then there goes that one. So it's all 3, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, why am I fighting if I'm not willing to go there? I am who I say I am, and that's okay.
How can you define the Venezuelan? I mean, your opponent.
A very tough competitor. I think she's on her way up. Great fighter. She can do a lot of things. I don't think she can be put in a box just as one thing.
Yep.
She's very experienced, and she's gonna bring what she has, and so will I. And and she'll figure out.
Yeah. She's a southpaw. Es zurda. Southpaw. It's a complicated fight, of course, because it's a different style.
Southpaw. You could be left-handed, right-handed, ambidextrous. You could fight with your shoulder. You could have 1 arm. You could have no legs. You could have 6 arms. I don't care.
I love this. Let me ask you this. I don't know if you watched the fight of Danny Garcia and Jose Benavides, but around the world, we noticed that Danny Garcia is so brave in order to show how he's fighting against, he's struggling with anxiety, depression. What is the message that you receive from Danny Garcia? Because I truly believe we need to show that we are human beings again after pandemic.
Idea, like with most people, like you said, we're all humans. His platform is boxing, and I think we can, all have empathy for what he's going through and what we all go through, and can relate. I can relate to him. I think everybody can relate to him. But at the end of the day, you just have to be there. And if for some reason it wasn't your day, not that you're not I think Danny's an amazing fighter. But if he, every time, and still have to go through the struggles that you go through. And I just, bless him and hope, pray for him, hope that everything moves forward with him, because he's an amazing fighter. But there's not so much I can say when it comes to boxing, because when you're in there.
Yeah. I agree. Let me ask you this, because Ryan Garcia is on your team in Golden Boy, and Danny Garcia is in PBC. But at the end, when Danny Garcia is showing this anxiety, depression, everybody believes in Danny Garcia. But I think it's unfair that when Ryan Garcia mentioned this, nobody believes him. Why? The people is like that, because it's the same feeling, depression, anxiety, and the people believes in Danny, and the people attacks Ryan Garcia, which is unfair.
All's fair in love and war. So whether you love something or you hate something, it's all the same. But we ourselves, everybody, media, interviewers, fans, boxers, we've all made that platform for Ryan or for Danny or for whoever it might be. It's all the same way that we don't, or no one's taken to what Danny was saying, but they did take to Ryan. That was something set up over time. That was evolution with that person. If we could just appreciate everybody as human beings, right? But that's not how it works. It's a hit or miss, but you still have to do your job. And Ryan, although he did say that he struggled and all that, and he had more support, when he goes into the ring, he does what he's supposed to do. And that's nothing against Danny. I've had very interesting moments in my career where I can't say I don't empathize or don't realize that it's hard to be a human being and a fighter, a warrior at the same time. But
okay. Yeah. Finally, this is a obligated question. I don't like to make noise around boxing, but definitely I need to mention that as soon the fight was released, Seniesa Estrada mentioned on her Twitter, that you're gonna play, that your fight it's a game. If you wanna watch a game, watch the Marlen fight. What is your opinion? Because I truly believe this is like something personal now.
No, but that's funny, because if it's a game, then why did you fight somebody that was like 4-0 off of COVID, right? She had that 7-second knockout that was supposed to be the best thing ever, but she took on what? Someone that literally couldn't even throw a jab, but then an opponent who's a very worthy opponent. With the stuff she says, basically, because that's crazy. Makes no sense. It's a game, but since you met me, I'm the only one that's actually good on your record. So before she says it.
Finally, invite to the people. They don't want to miss your fight, and you know I always follow your career. It's a pleasure to talk with you. Invite the people. They don't want to miss the fight.
Miss the fight. It's going to be a really good fight. A very worthy opponent who deserves to be there, and someone that's very dangerous. You know, I didn't take a soccer mom out of the kitchen and decide to grab her. She's ready to fight, and so am I. It's going to be a good show, and I am who I say I am.
Thanks for your time.
No puedes jugar boxeo. Fue presentado por Seyer, la marca que desde 1930 viste los puños de los campeones. Y por Aquino Destinations, destinos de ensueño.